The Lamar Davis missions make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Not only that, but after taking a much closer look, I found that the Lamar missions is littered with hundreds of hidden details that everyone had completely missed. And these details are things that massively change the story of GTA 5 in a way that will blow your mind. Because much more are happening in these pointless missions than many of you thought. And this shit was right in front of your face. Lamar's first mission takes us to a gas station where we are meant to acquire gasoline that Lamar was somehow going to sell, but I didn't really have a good plan for this, so therefore I used Romanian mixed martial arts on middle-aged white folks that were filling up a semi-truck full of gas, but this one guy drew a gun, and then it turned out to be Korean mafia territory, so I murdered the Koreans to stop them from stopping me from hijacking an 18-wheeler filled to the brim with premium quality diesel, which Lamar hadn't even found a buyer for, which didn't stop Lamar from sending me out to bring in a constant supply of stolen gas from random semi-trucks that we steal using the power of West Coast gun violence, murdering innocent blue-collar workers in poorly protected spots scattered around Los Santos, where for some stupid reason, we end up taking most of the gasoline we steal out to these remote code-regulated industrial areas, where Lamar Davis somehow managed to secure ownership of a medium-sized commercial transport hub in less than 3 regulatory business days. But why do these missions stop if the gasoline business was doing so damn well? Well, it's mostly due to one mission that we do where we end up brushing shoulders with the Armenian mob and pretty much murdering their semi-lethal workforce, as now both parties are armed with dangerous weaponry in the presence of a very flammable substance, where I eventually kill the driver who somehow didn't blow up in our grizzled firefight, leaving a $40,000 tanker of gas in the middle of a 4-way intersection with hundreds of witnesses that can clearly see my fucking face, which all pretty much goes to show that Lamar isn't the only crew that's running a gasoline operation. And not only that, but this rival operation happened to be some of the most dangerous hired killers you can possibly find in the entirety of San Andreas. But I wasn't the only person that Lamar got into very deep shit on the streets, as his next job had us saving a man named Leroy from the Ballas, who were angrily driving 110 miles per hour on the freeway. But what you don't know is this wasn't just some dumb mission from Lamar Davis. This was actually another fool that Lamar tricked into doing a shit ton of very dangerous and stupid side hustle involving the death of high-ranking gang members, where we all narrowly evade death and capture, not only during the daring breakout attempt, but also when the Ballas tracked their asses down to a beachside residential area. Leroy and I fought for our lives, creating beef with the Balla gang factions and jetting out of there like there'll be no repercussions, which also implies that Leroy definitely got killed because we never saw or heard from him ever again. Lamar was also part of the Chamberlain gang families at this time, so every once in a while he would send us on missions dealing with official gang business, mostly with guns, and striking folks when they least expected. The funeral job in specific implied that the CGF did not like the Lost MC, and actually had a very open conflict with a very closed casket. And through the text messages sent by Lamar, it can be assumed that the Lost MC did something pretty damn bad to incur a funeral crashed mass killing that would ultimately permanently weaken the Lost MC's influence and control within the city of Los Santos, which might actually explain why these guys strongly existed within the remote deserts of Sandy Shores, as they have been proven to be a huge target to the gangs of Los Santos, which I never really thought about actually. I also never really thought about Lamar's other stupid side hustle. There was this one time we heard about these Vagos that were sitting on roughly 625,000 mint condition Redwood cigarettes, which again would be kind of difficult to find the buyer for. But since they were all neatly packed into a semi-truck, I took it upon myself to sneak up with weaponry that is considerably overkill for an east side street gang and basically murder every single person that appeared gang affiliated brutally. And this might have been a little bit overkill for a cigarette operation, but I didn't really have much in terms of an income stream, so I just murdered folks praying to God that Lamar Davis knew what he was doing, which he didn't, which got people killed, mostly by me, and it also destroyed a prominent counterfeit cigarette ring, which was proudly respected by most of the gangs of Los Santos. But considering I got paid for my work, that pretty much meant that Lamar Davis somehow found a buyer for 600,000 Redwood cigarettes. None of this, however, beats the time when Lamar Davis sent me deep into gang territory in the spooky yet badass cover of night, where I set myself up in the gang-ridden alleyway filled with many gang-ridden gangs to basically repo a car from the Ballas. What the fuck? Wait, this is a Simeon mission. One of Lamar's missions is literally a Simeon mission. This neighborhood's fucking crazy. I'm literally being watched everywhere I go. All this gang warfare just to steal a car. See, this is why I stopped working for Simeon. Legitimate repo work my ass. I already lost count of how many people I fucking killed. How am I even fucking alive? I should be dead by now. What the fuck is this car? I really hope I don't get shot out here, man. Well, maybe the neighborhood is not as bad as I think. Maybe I can see myself not getting jumped in. Never mind. I'm getting fucked up. Can't believe Lamar tricked me into doing a repo. Can you even repo a guy if he's dead? Well, I'm taking this thing. I don't even know if this is the right car. What if the cops find out and kill these guys? What if Simeon finds out? That's why I permanently cut ties with Lamar Davis. Maybe it was because his side hustles weren't making me that much money, but mostly it was because his schemes involved multi-level gang retribution in the form of racially prioritized mass killings. But that's alright because I secured a job with Gerald, and this time I was gonna be a stick-up man. At least this shit wasn't like working for Simeon. His jobs were supposed to be legitimate, but I think I broke the law in like every single one. Have you ever paid attention to what's really going on in the Simeon missions? Holy shit, it was awful.